are in listen-only mode.
Hey folks, good morning. So sorry about the tech issues this morning. We can go ahead and get started right now. Thank you for joining us for our very first virtual traveler showcase. Though our AAA travel professionals and myself wish we were joining you in person today, I'm so glad that we have the opportunity to meet virtually. Before we begin, I want to go over some quick housekeeping with you. You will be muted throughout the presentation today, so if you have any questions, feel free to type them into the questions box and we will answer as many as we can at the end. There are handouts included in the presentation that you're more than welcome to download and keep and share with your AAA travel professional. They will also have copies of them on hand. This presentation is being recorded today, and we will be sending you a link to the recording by email after the event today. And there will also be a survey included in the email as well. So if you could please take a few moments to complete the survey for us, your feedback is greatly appreciated. We have presentations through January 28th, including 3 this Saturday. So if you would like to see the full schedule of presentations and RSVP, you can do so at aaa.com/travelershowcase. We will have information about how you can get in touch with our knowledgeable AAA travel professionals at the end of the presentation today. With that said, I'm very excited to have Princess Cruises join us for today's presentation. Princess has been sailing around the globe since 1965, taking millions of guests on life-transforming journeys to over 380 destinations. On board, you will be immersed in the culture and colors and the flavors of the places you'll visit. And on shore, Princess introduces the bucket list sites you want to see the most, as well as hidden jewels not found anywhere else. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker today, Mark Costa, Business Development Manager for AAA's preferred travel partner, Princess Cruises. Thanks for joining us today, Mark.
Well, thanks, Nathan, and good morning. I just want a quick audio check. I trust you can hear me, and we're good to go?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks, everyone, for joining us. Sorry about the tech issues. We've got them all ironed out. I have a really informative presentation set aside for you this morning, and again, thank you for your time. I trust if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Just drop them into the chat box, and I'll do my very best to answer them for you as we kind of navigate through the schedule this morning. I guess right off the bat, let me share a little bit about Princess Cruise Line and who we are as a company. So Princess Cruise Line is owned and operated by Carnival Corporation. We are a premium brand. We focus really on 4 main pillars of an authentic cruise experience. We really do our best to provide you the highest quality, best cuisine possible, the best possible service, stellar entertainment, and we are considered throughout the trade and throughout our growing passenger audience as the destination leader no matter where we go. We offer cruises from as few as 3 nights to full world voyages that take several months, up to 120 days, in fact. So we are, without question, a preferred travel supplier for AAA Oregon, Idaho. We have an excellent working relationship with the AAA, and so I'm really pleased that you're here today. If you're interested in booking a Princess Cruise downline, you're absolutely in the right place. AAA is a very important partner for Princess Cruise Lines, and you'll no doubt receive the highest return on your vacation investment by booking with Princess Cruises and the AAA. But let's kind of walk through the presentation here a little bit, and let me get the next slide up and operational. So Princess operates 16 ships which are globally deployed. Now we have ships throughout the West Coast. We are the largest cruise line here on the West Coast of the United States. We home port on the West Coast in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, in Vancouver. And we're going to talk a lot about our coastal voyages here in a few minutes, but it's really important for you to note that there is a Princess departure from the entire West Coast area. So it makes it very convenient to either drive to the cruise ship and embark in that fashion, or if you do have an air flight, well, my gosh, you can often arrive the same day if you choose, which is very nice and obviously going to cost you less money because there's no forced overnight prior to embarking on the cruise ship. Now, we've been in business for 55 years. We are the longest running, oldest cruise line here on the West Coast. We started back in the late 60s. Many of you remember the TV show, The Love Boat. That was us. And we began to operate down into Mexico and the Mexican Riviera. And that, no doubt, is a very popular itinerary. We're going to talk more about it later in the webcast. But, you know, at the end of the day, we are a tried and true premium brand. Now, we visit 100 plus countries globally, over 170 itineraries, traveling to 300 different destinations worldwide. The ethos of Princess has always been about bringing people together. Whether you're joining us for the first time in a multi-generational group, grandparents and grandchildren, or you're traveling with friends and family, we do everything we possibly can to enhance your experience by bringing our guests together. And we do that in a number of different fashions, actually. We have more and more tables on our ships for 2, 4, and 6 than we do 8, 10, and 12. Our entertainment package, for instance, is focused and geared in such a way that it helps bring our guests together in a more meaningful way. Our shore excursions are very impactful and insightful and interactive, but once again, they're designed to bring our guests together. So everything we do at the very core of our programming revolves around you, our guests, and we do everything we can to enhance your experience so that you receive the maximum return on your vacation experience with those that you're traveling with. As you can see on this slide, Money Magazine has called us the best in travel. Now, our Captain Circle members, as you can see on this slide, are growing by leaps and bounds. In fact, in 2004, we had just shy of 12,000 Captain Circle members. Exponentially, it's grown, and this year we anticipate having well over 160,000 Captain Circle members. Now, in order to become an elite travel passenger with us, you need to have traveled on at least 16 cruises or over 151 days. And as you can see, in 2021, our elite Princess growth has mushroomed to 160,000 guests, which is really phenomenal. It's just proof that our guests receive the highest quality experience, that they enjoy our entertainment, our service, our food and cuisine, and the places that we go to. And of course, the Princess fleet is spectacular, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Among the newest ships in the industry, or the newest fleets in the industry, I might add. Now, I'm sure one of the main questions on everyone's mind these days is what's happening from a health and safety perspective on board our ships. And I have to tell you, Carnival Cruise Line, as well as Princess, has partnered with all of the different companies that you see on this slide. And, you know, we are all working together as an industry to ensure that when you travel with Princess, you're traveling in a safe and healthy environment that's going to provide you with the maximum level of relaxation and luxury. The companies that are on this slide are very significant hospitality providers, and we are all doing our very best to ensure that our guests, our crew, and the ports and the countries that we visit are all safe and healthy upon our arrival. Now, we're rolling out a number of new health and safety standards. Environmental sanitization is obviously on the increase. Our guest experience will change somewhat, but not significantly, as you can see. Excuse me, as you can see, we have some hand hygiene, health information and guidelines for physical distancing. But beyond that, really, it's all about advanced screening, illness surveillance, and acute health education for our crew and for our guests as well. We will improve our ventilation systems, and of course our partnership with local stakeholders, whether we're in Los Angeles or Sydney, will do the very best to ensure that we provide, once again, only the highest quality, safest environment for you to ensure that you can absolutely enjoy your experience without any fear of becoming ill. We are setting aside a number of cabins, so should you be sailing in an ocean view or an inside cabin as an example and become ill and you need to stay in your room, you'll be moved to a veranda cabin as an example to ensure that the balance of your cruise or the balance of the time that you're staying in your cabin is comfortable and that you have fresh air available to you. There again, we're not going to sail to full capacity either in the beginning. So for a period of time, we'll be sailing at a rate, and I'm not sure quite what that rate is, but a rate less than 100%, which is what we customarily sail at. So let's talk a little bit about the destinations that Princess travels to. And as you saw in one of the earlier slides, we are a global company. But really what's important for you to understand is that we sail in and out of Seattle and San Francisco, Vancouver, and Los Angeles on some really terrific voyages. And as an example here, you can see that we have winter, spring, and fall departures, ranging anywhere from 3 to 7 days that focus on specifically the California and Pacific coastline. These are great, absolutely fabulous cruises for you to try if you're new to Princess and you would just like to get a taste of what our product is like. This is a great way for you to do it. These cruises are not expensive. And again, they run anywhere from 3 to 7 days. Now, the port of calls or the ports of call that we visit are really significant. Now, in no particular order, I listed a number of them, but note that you can depart out of Seattle. We visit Astoria. You can depart out of Los Angeles. You can depart out of San Diego. You can depart out of San Francisco. We also visit Monterey, Catalina Island, Victoria, Vancouver Island, and of course, Ensenada, Mexico. These run again from 3 to 7 days. And gosh, with rates starting at about $6.99 for a 7-day cruise on the Pacific coast, commonly you can drive to and from the port, or if you do purchase an airplane ticket, it's typically not more than a few $100s. These become very, very cost-effective cruises and something that really nobody else is doing. So again, if you're looking for something new, if you're thinking about exploring the Princess product and investigating what we're all about, this is a really terrific way to do just that. Moving on, we visit beautiful Hawaii. We have departures from Los Angeles, Seattle, and San Francisco. Once again, these are 15-day voyages. We pretty much travel there through the winter, spring, and fall. And my gosh, it's just a terrific voyage if you really want to relax. It takes about 5 days to transit from the west coast of the US to Hawaii. Once you're there, we visit Maui, Honolulu, Kauai, and the Big Island. And throughout your voyage in Hawaii, we have later stays throughout the course of the day. So you depart typically in the later evening. And it's just a wonderful way to experience the Hawaiian Islands and all that we're about. Of course, when you return, depending on your port of call or depending on your departure point, I should say, you either call on Vancouver, BC or Ensenada, Mexico, as you do need to touch foreign soil before you return to the US. But I have to tell you, this is a fabulous vacation, typically 15 days. These are not expensive cruises. And it really does give you the opportunity to get to know the Hawaiian Islands, to understand our onboard product, to enjoy some fabulous cuisine, and really just relax. So hopefully you'll think about Hawaii and Princess going forward. Now, we talked a little bit about Mexico a few minutes ago, and I have to tell you, one of my favorite destinations. We depart out of Los Angeles and San Francisco and offer a variety of departures to Mexico, whether it's a 5-day Cabo getaway or a 7-day Mexican Riviera itinerary. Princess Cruise Line offers the best, most robust sampling of itineraries that you can find. We do also offer some 10-day Baja Peninsula itineraries. You know, Princess is the #1 cruise line sailing to Mexico. We have been for well over 50 years. Excuse me. And it's really important to note, we invented the traditional classic Mexican Riviera itinerary. So for instance, if you sail to the Mexican Riviera with Princess, you'll visit Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. In fact, this is kind of a fun fact, Princess Cruise Line was the company that actually developed the term Mexican Riviera. We have a very good relationship with the Mexican government. We sail to the best locations, best ports, always get priority berthing when we're in the Mexican Riviera. Without question, we are the main provider and the #1 cruise line, as I said, traveling to Mexico and the Mexican Riviera. By all means, if you're thinking about a cruise down south, think of Princess. These cruises, again, are not expensive. They start about $6.99 for a 7-night cruise, and it's just a really good opportunity to get some sun and to visit just a very warm culture. Now, again, we continue our journey north and up to Alaska. We, as you can see on the slide, Princess is the #1 cruise line serving Alaska. Travel Weekly, a corporate magazine serving the travel industry, has called us the #1 cruise line in Alaska for the last 16 years. We've been the #1 recommended brand for travel advisors for the last 19 years. We offer 7 different departures from Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, and Vancouver. And then beyond that, we also own and operate 5 luxury wilderness lodges. So no matter where you'd like to go or what you'd like to do in Alaska, we can provide you that opportunity. Again, 7-day departures out of Seattle. So if you're looking for just a Saturday to Saturday or a Sunday to Sunday type of itinerary, we can easily accommodate that. If you're looking for a more leisurely one-way voyage, we have those departures out of Vancouver. And then if you'd like to dovetail your cruise with an overland experience and really begin to understand the heart and soul of inland Alaska, we offer extensive cruise tours that can extend your cruise up to 15 nights. So here again, depending on what it is that you'd like to accomplish, the places that you'd like to see, the type of experience that is most appealing to you, Princess Cruises can absolutely accommodate you. Now, beyond that, Canada, New England is always a great spot to travel to. We offer departures in July, August, September, October, anywhere from 5 to 14 nights. Typically, we depart out of New York, Quebec, or Fort Lauderdale. These are great departures for families and for multi-generational groups. Again, they take place during the summer months in many cases, so it's a great way to spend time with your children or your grandchildren while they're on break from school. You know, the culture of New England is unlike any other area of the United States, and it's just a great way to kind of dip down and experience some amazing U.S. history. So, you know, beyond that, you have often, if you travel a little bit later in the year, really phenomenal scenery with the change of colors throughout New England. By all means, Canada, New England, one of my favorite locations to cruise, is something maybe for you to think about going forward. Now, the Caribbean, gosh, who doesn't love the Caribbean? You know, we send more people to the Caribbean from the Pacific Northwest than any other cruise line. We have 3 fabulous ships serving the Eastern, Western, and Southern Caribbean: the Sky Princess, Enchanted Princess, and the Caribbean Princess. And, you know, again, one of my favorite locations for just a good, solid, relaxing getaway. Now, it's great to have fun in the sun, but there's a ton of culture, a ton of history, some amazing cuisine available to you in the Caribbean. And it's probably the most popular destination for first-time cruisers. Again, you know, these are not expensive cruises, generally about $7.99, $8.99, and you really have the opportunity to visit some really amazing tropical islands. So think about the Caribbean, think about our newer ships, the Sky and Enchanted Princess, and think about maybe that multi-generational or family vacation that you've been looking forward to. Now, Princess offers a technology on board all of our ships that is unique to our company. And what's really kind of cool about this is it's available to you irrespective of cabin category that you choose to purchase, whether it's the least expensive inside or the most expensive outside. Everyone on board our ship gets to enjoy Princess Medallion class. And the technology that becomes available to you is really pretty revolutionary. So in the middle of the slide, what you're going to see, or what you're seeing now, is actually a picture of what the little medallion looks like. Now, the little medallion either snaps into a lanyard that we provide for you. You can drop it in your pocket. You can purchase on board, if you'd like, more designer type jewelry that it actually snaps into. But what this little gizmo does for you is unlike anything in the cruise industry. And again, remember, it's available to everybody and it's free of charge. So as an example, you've gone through the steps to become ocean ready. You've arrived at the pier in Los Angeles. You have your medallion in your lanyard around your neck, and it enables you to go through a special designated line specific for medallion class holders. You proceed through the line, you show your passport once, everything is completely touchless, and you proceed directly on board the ship. There are no lines, there are no forms, there are no credit card exchanges. You simply proceed directly on board the ship. Some time ago, when I sailed on Princess to Cabo San Lucas out of Los Angeles with my family, we were medallion class. We had gone through the steps to become ocean ready. We arrived at the port of Los Angeles. We had our luggage on the sidewalk. We gave it to the sky cap. He took it directly onto the ship for us. We showed our passport. We walked directly on the ship. From the time we stepped foot on the sidewalk to the time that we were actually on the ship was about 10 minutes. So it's very, very quick, and it's been designed to help you enhance your vacation. Now, beyond that, there are a number of other really terrific features. You now have the ability to track all of your friends and family that you're traveling with through your smartphone. So there's no more leaving a sticky note on the door, hey, I'm in this lounge or I'm out by the pool. You can just pull out your phone and you'll see exactly where they're at as well. We offer really terrific food and beverage service through our medallion program. So this is kind of cool. You have your medallion, you're out by the pool, you decide, you know what, I think I'd like to have lunch. You can go onto your smartphone and you can order lunch. You can order a beverage, whatever it is that you'd like, you can order it directly on your phone and it's delivered to you wherever you are on the ship. So if you're out by the pool, if you're up in the solarium, if you're in your stateroom, whatever the case, the food and beverage is delivered directly to you. Or say you don't have your medallion with you, and you're walking down the promenade and you bump into the ship's captain, and every employee on board has the capacity to actually assist you through medallion class, and your captain then can order lunch for you and have it delivered to wherever you might be. Now, I'm not suggesting that you ask the captain to order a cheeseburger for you, but my point is just this: no matter where you are on the ship, medallion class provides you the ability to actually order food and beverage and have it delivered to you. It's a lot of fun. Lastly, keyless stateroom entry. You know what? It sounds like it's just a fun little add-on, but really once you try it, you're going to love it. As you approach your stateroom door, medallion again is on the lanyard around your neck. Every door has a TV screen installed just adjacent to it. As you approach your door, your picture pops up on your TV screen. You simply then don't have to open the door or pull a key. You just kind of nudge the door open, it unlocks, and you proceed directly inside your cabin. It's really terrific if you have a tray of food or if you have packages in your hand or whatever the case may be. You know, beyond this, there are many, many, many other features and benefits to Medallion class and to the Medallion program. You can find those on princess.com. You can certainly ask your AAA travel advisor. They all completely understand the Medallion program and can assist you. It is a great piece of technology that once again is available to everybody on board the ship, and it's complimentary. Just a great way to enhance your vacation. Excuse me. So let's talk about our ships. You know, Princess has 16 ships, as I indicated earlier. We offer the newest ships in the fleet. You know, with the addition of the Sky, Enchanted, and Discovery Princess vessels in 2019, 20, and 22, we offer spectacular cruise ships. Now, these are ships that are fairly traditional, as I said in the beginning of our conversation. We're not an attraction cruise line. So if you're looking for bumper cars or a rock climbing wall or something of that nature, that's really not who we are. Again, we tend to operate a little bit smaller ships. Generally speaking, the capacity of our ships is no more than about 3,000. We really focus once again on food, service, entertainment, and the destination. And these are just beautiful, sparkling cruise ships that have been designed to enhance your vacation and provide you the highest level of experience possible. Again, we feel these are more mid-sized ships. Many of the other companies that offer cruise products, you'll find are much larger in size and can accommodate 5,000 or 6,000 guests. That's not who we are. That's not what we're about. We truly are about providing the highest quality service, and we think we can do that in a better fashion through smaller ships. So we are, again, offering 3 brand new ships within our fleet of 16. And, you know, again, these ships all pencil for about $1.2 billion at time of completion. They are just spectacular, and I truly hope you have the opportunity to come on board and visit with us and see for yourself just exactly how luxurious a premium Princess Cruise product really is. Well, let's talk a little bit about, while we're all here today, right? There are some phenomenal values available to you. And as I mentioned earlier on, if you're going to book a Princess Cruise, you absolutely are in the right place. AAA Oregon provides you with the highest level of top quality service. They know the Princess product well, and as a result, they have the opportunity to really provide you with value that others simply can't. And part of that program, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it as well, but part of that program is what we're calling the best sail ever. And for those of you that know Princess and have sailed with us before, this is going to look somewhat familiar to you, but through our best sail program ever, we're providing a premium bar package, complimentary unlimited Wi-Fi, complimentary voyage gratuities, including the gratuities on the premium beverage package, a stateroom location upgrade, a complimentary specialty dining experience. Now, all of those things are included through AAA Oregon, Idaho. It's part of this promotion. It's part of this event. And again, it's a really terrific value. If you just take a look at the premium bar package as an example, it includes well, drinks and spirits, beer, wine, coffee, smoothies, bottled water, virtually anything that you'd like. So again, if you were to just go on board and purchase that independently, it values out at $59 per person per day. So to have the premium bar package already included into your voyage up front, you know that you're going to save at least $59 per person per day. It's a tremendous value. Because of medallion class, our Wi-Fi is absolutely the fastest that you're going to find on the high seas. In fact, it's so fast that, believe it or not, you can take a device into your stateroom and you can download or you can stream Netflix or Amazon Prime, whatever the case may be. No one else can do that, and that's available through the Medallion program. And of course, who doesn't like a complimentary upgrade and complimentary specialty dining? So once again, no matter what you're looking for, Best Sale Ever pretty much accommodates it. It's included in your cruise fare, and it's part of the value. Now, again, your AAA team will be able to assist you with this. They understand the Best Sale Ever parameters, and they'll be able to walk you through it in a way that nobody else can. Now, beyond that, because we are great partners with the AAA, you receive up to $100 per stateroom in onboard spending credit. You'll also receive an additional dinner for two in one of our specialty restaurants on a port day. And again, when you're in port in Los Angeles or Seattle, wherever the case may be, you receive priority check-in. These are exclusive AAA vacation amenities available to you only because you have booked through AAA Oregon. Now, this is kind of fun as well. For those of you that are active duty or U.S. or Canadian military veterans, Princess Cruise Line will provide for you, as a thank you for your service, an additional onboard credit of up to $250. Now, that onboard credit can be spent however you choose for it to be spent. It can be, you can use it in the gift shop, you can use it in the spa, you can use it for a shore excursion, whatever the case may be. But when you think about it, if you are active duty or a veteran, to have an additional onboard credit of up to $250 just waiting for you there, coincide that and layer that with all of the benefits available to you through our Princess Plus program in the Best Sale Ever, my gosh, you really are not going to find yourself in a position where you're going to spend any money when you're on board. Everything is really taken care of for you, which is exactly what we're hoping to achieve. We're making this as close to an all-inclusive product as you can possibly imagine. A few other things: if you do happen to own Carnival Corporation stock, it's a 100-share minimum. You do receive additional values. In some cases, it's onboard credit. In some cases, it's an additional stateroom upgrade. But there is additional value through your Carnival Corporation stock possession. If you're a Princess Cruises Captain Circle member, as I mentioned before, my gosh, just amazing benefits available to you. You know, we spoke a little bit about the Elite Pass Passenger program within the Captain Circle. If you are an elite, then you already know you receive a complimentary bar setup in your stateroom, complimentary dry cleaning, and a number of other different types of amenities. So our Captain Circle program truly is designed to be among the best in the industry. It is extremely generous. And you know, the important point that I really want to drive home here is if you take each of these different promotional opportunities and layer them one on top of the other, you really are going to receive the maximum amount of vacation value. And again, the AAA team will be able to assist you in any fashion there in terms of kind of weaving all of this together or answering any questions. If you do have questions about any of this, just drop it in the chat and let's see if we can answer those questions right after the webinar. Beyond that, I just want to close by saying that Princess Cruise Line is considered to be the best ocean cruise line according to USA Today. It is the best in travel according to Money Magazine. It's the best cruise line for the money according to US News and World Report. We are the best cruise line for food lovers according to Food and Wine Magazine. The best cruise line for families according to Travel and Leisure. The best cruise line for first timers according to Cruise Critic. And the best cruise line for romance according to the Women's Choice Awards. That normally gets a bit of a chuckle. And of course, the best cruise ship for entertainment. In closing, I'd just like to say we would very much like to welcome you on board. Again, a few takeaways that are important to note. We are the West Coast premium cruise brand leader. We have departures from Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. The value of a Princess Cruise is exceptional through our best sale ever. Remember, we're the only ones that offer the complimentary premium bar package, complimentary gratuities, the complimentary Wi-Fi, the stateroom upgrade, as well as many other benefits through our Captain Circle program, as well as, of course, our military benefit. If you have any questions, I'd love to be able to chat with you and answer them. And I will let Nathan or the AAA team kind of go to the questions and see if we have anything pending that we might be able to address.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We have some great questions come through, but before we move into that, Mark, I just wanted to cover how you can get in touch with your AAA team. So you're more than welcome to call us by phone, 1-800-529-3222. That will put you in contact with a AAA travel professional nearest you. You're more than welcome to email us at AAAtravel@AAAoregon.com, and we can pass along your questions to a travel professional as well. If you've worked with any of our AAA travel professionals before, feel free to reach out to them directly. That's just fine. You can always get more information from us on our website at AAA.com. More specifically, AAA.com/travel has tons of great resources for you, including information on our travel partners, including Princess Cruises. And we have been asked if our service centers are open at this time. They are. We're just asking that you call ahead and schedule an appointment with one of our travel professionals in advance. That just helps us kind of navigate how many folks are coming in and out of our service center, just so that we can keep everybody safe. So again, if you do have any questions, feel free to enter them into the questions box at this time. Mark, I know that you talked a little bit about health and safety at the beginning of the webinar today. One of the members was asking, is the COVID vaccine required for guests on the ship and also the staff before coming on board?
So the CDC has put together, as you may know, a very extensive guideline that all cruise lines are following in order to resume service. And one of the requirements will be a negative COVID test prior to arrival. So yes, all guests will be required to have a negative COVID test document with them. And our staff on board are regularly tested for COVID as well. So everyone will be safe and healthy in a COVID-free environment. But yes, it's required of both passengers as well as crew at this point.
Fantastic. And then on top of that, they were asking about a mask policy on board the ships.
Yeah, so physical distancing is something that I think we're all becoming just accustomed to. And we will require, for a period of time, mask wear when you're in a situation where physical distancing is not necessarily available to you. You know, if you're out on your balcony in your stateroom, then obviously a mask is not necessary. If you're by the pool and there's a few more folks there, even though the chairs will be physically distanced, we may ask for some mask wear there. Or if you're at the bar, as an example, we may ask for you to have a mask on during that period. Again, really, I think what's going to happen is this is all going to play out fairly naturally when you're in an environment where physical distancing is available and there's space between our guests and our crew, then I don't think it's going to become a problem. Whereas when we find ourselves in a situation where there's a little more congestion, then mask wear will definitely be required. But again, I think that's only for a season. And until we resume service, which is going to be May 1st, we really aren't entirely certain of what this is going to look like or how this is going to play out. But I think masks are with us in society within the U.S. for a while to come. And I would imagine that we probably we'll see fewer masks probably in the fall or the beginning of 22 than we certainly will in the beginning of the summer when we resume cruising. Hopefully at this point too, inoculations are just around the corner for many of us, and I think that's going to have a huge impact on our return to service and our ability to provide you with the traditional type of experience that you are familiar with.
Yep, makes sense. We had a member that was writing in about the Best Sale Ever promotion.
Mm-hmm.
They were asking, when do you have to cruise if you book within the time frame of the event, and how long does the promotion last?
So the promotion actually is available on all of our voyages going forward. So you're good. You're good through the end of 2022 if you choose to book a cruise with AAA and take advantage of Best Sale Ever. The promotion actually concludes in the end of March, but from a standpoint of when you cruise, you have the ability to cruise this year or all through 2022.
Had another question about Medallion Class. Can you talk a little bit about how folks can get registered?
Yeah, so when you book your cruise, you're given some documents that will help you become ocean ready. And effectively what that means is you or your travel agency partner can help you kind of prepare in advance for your cruise and for your Medallion experience. So you basically do that through your smartphone. You have the ability to download an app. You register through the app your personal information, credit card information, passport information, those types of elements. You take a selfie of yourself, and you're good to go. You become effectively ocean ready. The whole process takes maybe 20 minutes per person. And then about a week prior to your departure, your Medallion actually arrives on your doorstep. We ship it directly to your home, and it's activated. The Medallion is waterproof and sandproof and shockproof, and it doesn't require any charging or anything of that nature. So it's good to go as soon as you receive it at your home. And effectively, is the moment that you step onto the curb, our Medallion sensors pick up that you've actually arrived and you're registered and you're good on board the ship. So, if you don't have a smartphone, we do have the ability on board to assist you with getting ocean ready, and we can walk you through those steps and complete those steps for you at the pier. If you lose your Medallion, we'll replace it for you. There's no charge to replace it for you. And again, I found that when I was on board with my family, it worked very seamlessly and synced up to my phone very nicely. It was just a super easy piece of technology to use. So again, if you're not necessarily technologically savvy, we can take care of it on the pier for you. If you prefer to do it at home, it's about 20 minutes and you're done, and you do it one time and you're good to go.
Fantastic. And like Mark was saying, if this is something that you're interested, if you are interested in signing up with Medallion Class prior to your cruise, you're more than welcome to work with your AAA travel professional. They're very well versed in this, and they can get you pointed in the right direction.
Sure.
This member had several questions, so we'll go through them in order here.
Good, sure.
As far as returning to cruising, when and how, I guess, is Princess deciding when it's safe to start cruising again?
So we are working very closely with the CDC to abide by their resumption of service document. we're doing, of course, taking all of the steps and doing all of the things necessary in order to resume service. We anticipate doing that first part of May. And we have a variety of voyages that are for sale now. Alaska is going to be very, very strong for us this year because there's just so much pent-up demand. We think in Canada, New England, and the Caribbean are also ports and itineraries that are going to be very popular. But, you know, ultimately, it's going to be a mid-May start, and you know, we're probably not going to resume service on all 16 ships immediately. It'll be a phased approach in our return to service, but you can bet we're going to be in Alaska, as I mentioned earlier, the California coast, Mexico, Hawaii, Canada, New England, and the Caribbean will all be offered beginning mid-May.
Great. And that kind of alluded to the second question, which was,
Sure.
will you start all countries at once, or is it going to be kind of a step-by-step approach?
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be phased, a phased approach. And we're really focusing more on our U.S. departures than we are on our global departures as we return to service. We will have product in the Mediterranean, and we will be serving Europe this year as well as in 2022. But really, our focus is on doing what we do best, and we are the West Coast cruise leader. We know Alaska, we know the Caribbean, and that's really what we're going to focus our attention to.
Next question was, how will shore excursions and pre and post land excursions be handled?
Yeah, so shore excursions at this point, we anticipate are going to be run in the normal fashion. We're unclear based on CDC guidelines whether or not at this point, frankly, shore excursions are going to be required when you disembark the ship. We just don't know that yet. But we're not thinking that that may be the case. You know, there was some thinking earlier on that a shore excursion was required if you wanted to disembark the ship, and we're just not certain of that at this point. So that's something that's very much a work in progress. We still have a few months to figure that out, and the CDC is working with us very closely to determine what's going to be the best, most appropriate course of action. Again, remember, the motive for everything that we're doing is simply we're trying to keep everybody safe and healthy. No different than any other hospitality provider anywhere in the world. Regarding our shore excursions, you know, we offer a wide variety of shore excursions in every port of call that we travel to, and that will clearly continue to be the case going forward. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. If you travel with us and shore excursions are required, you're going to have a great choice to choose from. We do not anticipate any increase in premium for the shore excursions. This is simply a way to keep everybody safe and healthy. And that's really underlying, that's most important for us.
Great. The next question had to do with future cruise credits. So they said, what will happen to credits that expire in 2021 if there are too few cruises from which to select or limited availability?
So most of our future cruise credits now have been extended through December of 2022. And all I can say is if there's not a good choice of cruises available, we're going to do what we need to do to make it right for you, and we're going to take the high road, and we're going to extend those future cruise credits through December of 2022. If you have a future cruise credit that's due to expire prior to that, and you have a cruise that you would like to sail on in 2022, work with your travel advisor at the AAA. Let them contact me, or they can contact a customer service group at Princess. And my guess is you're not going to have any difficulty at all getting that future cruise credit extended.
And then our last question today, and I think this kind of pertains to both of us, Mark,
Sure.
involved travel insurance. My advice would be each one of our travel partners have their own insurance that they offer through their travel company. AAA also offers their own through Allianz Insurance. And so I would just advise that talking with your AAA travel professional is probably the best way to start. We can decide which plan is going to be in the best interest of you for where you're going and what you're doing. So I would say that talking with your AAA travel professional is probably the best way to start.
Yeah, I agree. I think, obviously Princess offers a really terrific vacation protection program. And irrespective of what travel insurance policy you choose to purchase, my suggestion to you and my advice is purchase one, purchase something, purchase travel insurance now more than ever before. And, you're once again, AAA will take care of you. They'll assist you in walking through all of the policies to determine where you're going to get the maximum return on your investment, and trust your travel advisor that they will take good care of you. But ultimately, make sure you purchase travel insurance. It's very important at the moment.
If we've learned anything from 2020, it's that plans can change very quickly. So
Yes,
I
they
will
can.
echo that. Insurance is a great idea moving forward.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
I am not seeing any other questions at this time. Again, if you have any questions that you think of after the presentation today, you're more than welcome to give us a call or shoot us an email, and we'd be more than happy to answer that for you here at AAA. Again, we do have more presentations this week and moving into next week, so if you would like to sign up for another presentation, you're more than welcome to do so. Mark, do you have anything else before we close it out today?
No, I just really like to thank everybody for attending this morning. The world of webinars is awkward for everyone. I'd much rather be in an environment where I have the opportunity to meet you face to face in a presentation. But you know what? We're all working through this. Keep your chin up. Better days are in front of us. And thank you for your interest in Princess. And Nathan, as always, I appreciate you and the AAA team and everything you do for us. And it was good seeing you today. And when we all get back to normal and life is typical once again, I owe you lunch for sure.
I'll take it.
Okay, fair enough.
Very good. Well, thank you again to all of you for joining us today. Like I said, you will be receiving an email after this with the recording of the webinar, so you're more than welcome to go back and review that if you would like to. And again, please feel free to reach out to us with any questions or for any help booking your future travel. We're here to assist you every step of the way. Thank you very much, and I hope that you have a great rest of the day.
Take care, everybody.